Hello, so this is Mike Faria, owner of 52 Hamilton Avenue. It's May 30th, 2019, and going to run through a little inspection on the property that James Hayes stayed at since last September of 2018, September 1st. If you can see, none of the bushes were trimmed and left in the condition that he received them in. When he got the property, all the bushes were trimmed, weeds were done, everything was set up for him. Okay, these bushes are basically enormous, almost blocking the pathway into the house. I'm gonna go into the garage here. You can see all the weeds everywhere. If you're looking at the grass, it's because it's short. I had a landscaping guy come. Even though I wasn't here, I set it up for a landscaper to come because I was told that the grass in the front was almost a foot tall and the grass in the back was somewhere approaching 1.5 feet. So a landscaper came and did the grass. I didn't have him do the weeds because I wanted to see the condition that James left it in. So into the garage, I'm missing a double door white refrigerator. I left that here. It was my property. This is my storage area in the back. I would have put my fridge towards the back, but James insisted that he was going to be using the fridge, so I left it right here on this right side, and that's missing now. Also, if you can see, these solar lights. I had a different set of solar lights all attached on here before I left. These other solar lights were left in my private storage area in the back. So he obviously went through some of my things. They're basically not the way that we left them. So I guess he went through some things and kind of picked what he wanted to use and what he didn't want to use. It is true. Yes, he put a new garage door opener on there. He did not ask me to put one on. I didn't need a new garage door opener. The one we had was perfectly fine. The one I had was compatible with all the electric that was set up here. I'm not even sure if this is some kind of safety hazard, the way that he has it set up. It looks like a little too many plugs to be plugging into one plug of a hanging wire, but I will speak with a professional about that later. Now going onto the side of the house, we have here a lock that he installed on the door, also without permission. So he drilled a hole into the ground, and you can see a couple of other ones like right here, but those are patched up. Those were the termite people that came and tested the house for termites before we bought the house, and I was always told anything that's done on this concrete would have to be patched up because of termites. So he decided to drill a hole into the concrete, and here I am gonna have to patch this up now, remove this lock off the gate. The gate will be damaged because it is bolted on there, and probably have to get a new gate door. Now I'm gonna go around inside. These solar lights here, the lower ones, were all working. Every single one of them are not working now. None of the batteries were replaced. Once again, you can kind of see here how bad these bushes are. You can't even get around in there. They haven't even been trimmed once. So, also here is the front door of the house. This was not left like this. The front door needs to be painted. Also, a doorbell that I had here was removed. We'll talk about it later, but he caused more damage inside the house with the doorbell on the installation for it. All right, walking in the house. He did put the old locks back on, but basically put it on halfway crooked. And it's not functioning properly. So here we have multiple patch holes that he put. He didn't even try to patch these. This is on the entrance. Just on this wall, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's one wall. Coming onto this side, this is the closet in the foyer on the way in. Let me give you a better idea of what you guys are looking at. On the closet in the foyer, we have peeled paint. He did advise me before he moved in that his children that would be visiting, do like to peel paint sometimes. They said that it would all be fixed before they would be returning the property. So this is how this was left. Onto here, this is the living room. I just opened up, brought a mattress in for my kids. Okay. On this wall, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different patch holes that have not been painted. He literally just put spackle on them, sanded it up, and left it just like that. Okay, so I think we're at somewhere of around 16 holes already, and we just started the video. Coming into the house, we have damage on the steps. It looks a bit crushed. Maybe some furniture was going up. I don't know exactly, but also it's a little bit hard to see here, but none of this was cleaned at all whatsoever. There's spider webs all over the steps. Nothing was wiped down. It's completely disgusting. So on into the living room, we have more patch holes. 1, another 2, another 3, 4 on this side. So these are just spackled, they're not painted. All right, onto this one. We have some more. So here we are on this wall towards the steps. If you look, half the wall is yellow. I don't know what happened to that wall, but it is yellow. This entire house was painted white before we handed the keys over to them, and the half of the wall is painted yellow. So that's all gonna have to get redone. Coming over here, we have more marks on the walls. Onto this side, this is one of the TVs that I left him. I left him 3 TVs that he was able to use along with the other furniture I offered him to use and to return correctly. But we'll get to that part a little bit later. Here's some more damage on the walls. Those are actual spider webs all on the bottom of the walls. You can literally see the dust. So if this was cleaned, look at that. The house was not cleaned. All right. So this right here is the living room. I'd say we're at somewhere around 20 holes, a little bit over. Up top here, we have more. I had part of my old security system there, okay? That was removed. More holes up top. Now into the dining room. Again, more holes. Patched, not painted, or done correctly. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just on that wall there. Coming in over here, I don't know what this material is or what it could be that was slopped on the walls, but that all has to be cleaned. Once again, it was said that it was cleaned here. It wasn't. And this is literally every part of the house is like this. Onto here, we have 1, 2 holes on this side. As we go on, there's more of this splat material on the bottom. I don't know what it is, but all right, so another wall in the dining room. We're looking at 1, trying to get a better focus here. Well, there's 1 here, 1 there, another up top. That's about 4 holes on that wall. Then towards this wall, another 3 holes. that he didn't even pull out the screws from. They're still in there. So the holes have to get spackled and touched up. Here we have more dirt everywhere inside the house. This actually looks like from when he actually drilled the nails in, it still wasn't even clean since then. Going on to this side, this wall looks pretty good. Now we're into the kitchen. Let me show you what you're looking at. A couple of my bags that I brought out of my car. So here you can actually see the grease still on the walls inside the kitchen from them cooking. Was not cleaned. These walls here look a little bit okay until you get to that side. Another 3 holes there. The floors were left horrible. Not even mopped. You can just see it everywhere. Stains everywhere, all over the floors. The refrigerator, which he advised me he might be possibly moving and bringing to the basement, I told him he could do it as long as nothing would get damaged. If you look on the fridge here, you can see the damage on the side of the refrigerator and the big dent on that side. So not only am I missing a refrigerator, but the other one that I left inside the house is also damaged on the outside. All right. Coming on to this side, this is going out towards the backyard. Okay. He did advise me that he had a small dog, and that's what it did to my wall. It looks like the dog was trapped here and basically trying to scratch his way out. It is everywhere towards the bottom. Scratches everywhere. Floor's left a mess. You can see this. Coming on over to this bathroom. Everything looks all right. Now, these blinds have not been cleaned. They were handed to him cleaned. The door, he added an additional 2 locks. Removed 1.5. So there's a partial lock left. He installed a lock there on the bottom. He installed a lock there on the top and right there. So, all things that are gonna have to get fixed up. Before I go here, let's just go to the basement. So walking down into the basement, we have here bite marks from his dog. The entire ledge has been chewed up. Completely chewed up. This has to be replaced. Now, remember when I was talking about the doorbell? This is the new doorbell he installed in the house. Didn't ask permission, just went ahead and did it. This is the other side of the wall where the doorbell is. He made a complete hole here to obviously access some type of power to get to the back, to give the doorbell power, and here's this hole. Coming down in the basement. Once again, he said everything was left clean. Nothing has been left clean. I haven't tested the washer and dryer yet. I will. So that's the sink. He put some things up. This wasn't here. He put that up, didn't take it. For the basement, for the most part, it's around the same. He did move one of the TVs I had down here upstairs. I also didn't give him permission to do that. I told him I wanted all the TVs left in their original locations if I was going to be leaving them here with him. If you look here, we'll be able to see it on the outside. The screens are completely down. Not only are they down, but there's 2. I don't know where the other set is from, but they're broken. So new ones will have to be purchased. These little marks on these cabinets were here before. This was here. The owners before I bought this house had a little bit of a flooding issue in the beginning. It was actually more of a sewer issue. So this did occur. This was here. There is a part of carpet that has been chewed off on the carpet. The carpets have not been cleaned. You can literally see the dust. And there's actually dog hair here. They did have a dog. So now we'll go upstairs. you can see how nothing was cleaned. Now here, I noticed something peculiar. This was not like this. This must have been broken and then patched up and put back and not done very well, because this is not how it was left. You can see it from there. You can see it from the top. Maybe his kids broke it. You can see that it's not even in right. It just moves. Here we are on one of the bedrooms. What's the first thing that you see? Holes. Screws left in. 2 holes there. Come over to this side of the closet. 2 more holes. 2 more holes. 1, 2, 3. These all have screws in them. There's another one behind. Another 2 behind. All with nails still left in them. I guess he didn't get to finish spackling. So here we are upstairs. We have another 2 holes with screws left. Now, this is the bathroom. This is the newspaper he left behind. This is the condition the shower was left in. Not cleaned whatsoever. Whatsoever. So, here we're going into the master bedroom. Here's another TV that I left them. That's the door. Not good. Behind the door is another 4 holes. Come on over to this side. What do you see? More holes. That seems to be one of the biggest things in the house, is the painting and the holes that are everywhere. And a cleaning service to come clean this house, because there is dust everywhere. Every room I can do this. The floors have barely been swept. All right, here's my closet. Again, more holes. 4 holes on that side. Another 3 on this side. Here's just some more smudges on the walls, another hole. Here's another closet. Now, onto the kids' room. Well, while we're here, there were 2 nightstands that I left for them to use. I actually have a photo of him in the room when I had someone come by and check out the property with the 2 nightstands in it. He did take those with him. Those were not his property to take. He took those with him. Here's the kids' room, where I left 2 bunk beds. Okay, each bunk bed was around $250 off Amazon. They took about 6 to 8 hours to build, and those beds are gone. So there is a lot of property missing that I had let him know. If he would like to use, he can use it. And if he didn't, that I would get it, put it away in storage. And he chose to say, yes, I would use it. And a lot of property is gone. Into the kids' room, we have more holes. To this side, come over. As soon as you get closer, you can see them. More holes. Another hole there. Going on to this side, more holes there. And once again, as you can do in any room in this house, you can just slide your finger and pull up the dust everywhere. To the side of the window, 2 more holes, nails in them. This side, we have another patch job. It looks like a massive hole was put there. It's very hard to see with the lighting. If I get closer on this end, you could see. Plaster, holes, completely irregular from the rest of the wall. Come on over to this side. This is the kids' closet. We have writing on the walls. So, like I said, he said his kids may be staying with him when I first spoke with him, not staying, because he said they would be visiting. It was only supposed to be him and Ruth, but that they would be spending some time back and forth between parents, and that they do peel and color, but that everything would be fixed when they return the house, and it has not been. So here's inside the closet. Okay. More holes behind the doors. The house wasn't clean at all. Now we'll head over to the yard. So now we're in the yard. Like I said, that grass up there, you can see how my landscaper had such a problem. All the dead grass at the top, it was so much grass to remove, he couldn't get it all. He said it was up to his knees. So it's everywhere. I mean, my landscaper couldn't do the whole job in one shot. He cut it the best he could, but wasn't able to get it all. So here is our pool. This pool was not supposed to be taken down. It was in about, I don't know, I'd say a B condition when I left it here. It was 2 years old, but it was really good condition, clean. I never took it down. I also sent Jimmy winterizer, and I also sent him a pillow and a pool cover for the pool so that it could be put away for winter and the water stay in it, because this pool needs to stay stretched. You can see the damage that was caused to it by it being put away. It is just dirt and mold everywhere. I can't even let my kids go in this pool, even if I did try to wash it. I'm just concerned about the mold issue inside and what could be going on. So you can see it everywhere, all over the pool. Everywhere. Everywhere, how dirty it is. Come to this backside, you get a real idea of the mold and the condition of everything. The pool is garbage. I can't do anything with this. Between the rust, the mold, everything. Haven't tested the filter yet, but if he didn't empty the water in it over the winter, I don't know if it's damaged. I have to test that out. Hopefully the filter's still salvageable. Here we have on this side, he did put a window well there, and threw some stone in there. So that was just on his behalf. He chose to do that. Then there's a fence that he removed. He claimed there was poison ivy on it. There was never any poison ivy on it. I lived here for 3 years with my family. I have 2 children. I wouldn't let them be around that. So he took down this fence. Now that side of this fence has nothing holding it up. And he left this post here. So just like a lot of other things in the house, he started it but didn't finish it. So this is the top of the pool. Mold everywhere. Water was left green. He did put it back up. Like I said, he took it down for the winter. He put it back up, filled it up. I just didn't know it would be this damaged. So now onto the shed. Oh, there's something missing here. My entire patio set. A six chair table patio set with an umbrella missing. I also left that here for him to use, and it's gone. Out of sight. That was about a $375 patio set. The property was also left to him clean. I power washed everything before he got the house, and this is the way it was returned. Weeds growing in the door. This was all swept out and cleaned for him. It's a mess. Some of this stuff were things that, like I said, I asked him if he would like to keep the pool tools with the pool, some pool toys for his kids when they come over here and there. And he said yes to all those things, but he just kind of chose what he wanted to take and what he didn't want to take when he left. Because even in here, I am missing 7 additional chairs, kind of like beige little patio chairs. Those are missing. I'm missing a foldable white table that I left him to also use. That is missing. He did leave this table. That's a pretty heavy table. It takes a lot of people to move. But this was also agreed that some of the stuff that was going to be left in here was a little bit of storage. He had no problem with that, but he kind of just took the property he wanted and left behind what he didn't want to take. So, patio set missing. Inside the shed, there was a cover for the fire pit. Another item he requested that could be left and he would use. Cover never placed on. Completely rusted. Basically garbage. I wouldn't start a fire in there, worried about the bottom kind of burning up, giving out, and starting a fire in my yard. So here are those 2 screens that are broken. So here we are. Basically, between missing a refrigerator, I'm also missing a water dispenser that I had gotten from Nestle, Ready Refresh. That is also missing. I also have paperwork to document the rental that I had. He took it with him, threw it out. I also have another picture with him holding on to that water dispenser, along with the 2 nightstands that he took. The kids' beds that are missing, and anything else I could think of. After I fully do an inspection, I will be writing up on a piece of paper, sending out to James, and going from there. But the amount of damage is done to the walls, to the pool, missing furniture, it's just crazy. Along with everything, James did not pay his last month rent. He left, did not pay anything for the month of May. I had to take that $3,000 out because he did not pay anything. And that's basically where we're at. So everything else, all the details will be discussed further a little bit later. But yeah, this is how everything was left. In comparison to his video that he said everything was left beautifully, immaculate, I believe this video showed very different, along with somebody who stole property. A lot of property that is missing, and now I have to replace. My kids will be sleeping on the floor because I had expected to, if we ever had to come back, that they would have 2 beds. And when he decided to leave early, he took my kids' beds. So now I have to come out of pocket for another $500 for their bunk beds that they were dying to see again. So that is it. Thank you very much. This is Mike Faria. Take care.